What does it mean to be the best version of yourself? And does being on the internet help with that? Salutations, welcome to Loving the Language of Literacy. My name is Sophia Lee, and today I'll be discussing a topic that I thought of right before I went to sleep at midnight, and it just wormed its way into my thoughts, and now I just am making a video about it. Recently, I've gotten really into watching the Vlogbrothers, who are Hank and John Green. In the past month, Hank put up a video about why he did not want to run for local elections because he really, instead of just being a resident of where he lived, he stated that he was a resident of the internet. And that really was insightful and thought-provoking, and I just, of course, started thinking, because, you know, provoked thoughts. And then the other day, my boyfriend picked me up, and he commented on the remnants of my sparkly eyeshadow that I had been wearing earlier. And of course, I replied to him. I had just filmed a YouTube video. I wanted to look good for the YouTube video. And that got me thinking about how on the internet, in YouTube videos, in Instagram pictures, on Twitter, we love presenting the best version of ourselves, and just the version that looks the most flawless, the version that makes us look like we have our lives together, the one that we want the whole world to actually see. This can lead to issues of false identity and not being real or genuine, but it also links kind of to the concept of the Facebook syndrome. And if you don't know that, it's this name for the syndrome where you feel extremely close to people you see on the internet because you see their daily lives, you see what's going on, you see their families, you see their friends, but at the same time you also kind of feel distant from them because you're seeing what you might be jealous of, and you're seeing what might not be your life, and it might seem really perfect. When I went to Sweden and I met some close family friends for the first time ever, one of the girls was 13. She watches beauty videos, she watches a lot of YouTube in English, and she just had this impression of American lives and just the United States of America being so picture perfect and so much like everyone has their lives together, everyone's making progress, everyone's going places, when obviously, regardless of where you're in the world, that is not the case for everyone. And it was just really interesting for me to think about because I obviously am not perfect. I obviously don't have my life together completely or at all. And it was just interesting to see that that was her impression of Americans in general. That got me thinking, is that really such a bad thing? I can go back to the whole kids these days kind of thing where they spend so much time online and they just always have their phone in their hands. They're constantly tweeting and Snapchatting and Instagramming whatever's going on, and basically anyone in the world that wanted to can see them. And that also got me thinking about people that are on the internet, no matter what community you're in, whether it's the beauty community, the booktube community, the comedy community, the music community. What all of those have in common is the fact that they are a community of people that all love doing the same thing. They may not do it the same way, they may not have the same opinions, the same ideas, but it still is a community and a group of people that have a shared common interest that only they have. And now that we have all these different communities on YouTube, on Twitter, on Tumblr, it's an amazing opportunity for everyone who, it's an amazing opportunity for people, especially teenagers, because back in the olden days, so to speak, teenagers didn't really have these resources. They didn't know that there were other people like them out there in the world that just had the same ideas, and they might have thought they were just so weird, but there are other people like them, and there are other people who share the same interests and opinions. This might sound overdramatic, but which can save people. This also ties back to something that I've been thinking about a little, I don't know if you want to call it a theory in my head, about how are people who look at themselves in the mirrors really narcissists. And when I say that, I don't mean like the people who are constantly like taking selfies and trying to look amazing. I just mean that this happens to me sometimes where I will genuinely walk past a mirror or just look at my reflection and I'll think, is that really me? Everyone just has these ideas of themselves and who they are in their heads, but then when you look at your reflection, whether you're happy or dissatisfied with that, it still is what the world perceives you as and who the world perceives you as. And I think that's just so interesting because I, myself, 99% of the time, will present the best version to the whole online community of people. For example, my Instagram photos are heavily edited and filtered. Any selfie I post has gone through the very long checklist of things it needs to be internet worthy. When I film YouTube videos, I put on makeup. I put on clothes that make me look like a presentable human being. I clean my room. You don't look over there, but I have this section where it is clear and it is ready for filming and for people to actually see it. And it makes you wonder a lot about networking and just the connections between people, because you're putting out content for people to comment on and discuss, and a lot of times you care to at least some degree of being proud of what you've created, of what people think about you. Also, you find friends and just allies for yourself that you never would have found otherwise without having the internet and having people with common goals and common interests. Society has always been evolving, but in the recent years, it's been going at lightning speed and everything has become instant, everything has become shareable. And while there are so many risks and negative aspects of that, there's also the idea of just presenting the best version of yourself, and you're the one in control of these accounts and what you're posting. Is that really such a bad thing? Anyways, I didn't really answer the question, and I didn't intend to either, because I just wanted to send it out there and just cause discussion, because I honestly really want to know your opinion. Tell me in the comments below what you think, how social media and the fact that other people are seeing what you post, how that impacts you and your day-to-day life, and just, I really want to hear about your entire opinion on this. Thank you so much for watching. Keep calm, read on, and I'll see you in a video soon. Goodbye!